Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the after show. How was that, Makeo? Did it live up to expectations there? This is the after show. Makeo, happy you get to take a couple Thursdays off to attend the live shows. We're so excited to have you here. Of course, these are always available for replay. TS Sambino, welcome, my friend. Great to have you here. I accidentally clicked on block. I'm usually a bubble kind of person. What do you think of the branding? We got default. It's kind of out there. Minimal. Okay. Bubble. And we also got our blocks. I'm a big bubble kind of person. That's my hot take. Dennis, I should probably tweet this out. Whoa, we just got a bunch of comments loading. Insane Fire 10YT. That is outstanding. Welcome. Hello.
What's up, Alex? Welcome, Xbox. Welcome, A-Rush. Insane Fire. Man, you guys are just coming in hot. All right. I love it. Hector, good to see ya. Jamie, TS Sambino. Michael Hauser, welcome.
Nice green screen. Yeah, what do you guys think of Dennis's green screen?
It needs a little work, I know, but
I think it looks great. We have this huge icon of Dennis behind Dennis.
I mean, we need a better background, and I need something that covers up more. I might do what you did. I didn't realize that your buddy had that thing, but maybe I'll do the seat thing.
Oh, it's not a seat thing. It's like here. Should I show everyone? Guys, yeah. This is a sneak peek. So Dennis had this idea. Credit to Dennis, brilliant idea. Let's get green screens. I was like, sick. We're getting green screens. Dennis got us green screens, super generous. And then I was mentioning this to my flatmate, and he was like, wait, like I have a green screen. Why don't you try this? And so let me edit my camera mic settings. Check this out. This is gonna shock your mind as I figure out show advanced options. Where's my green screen? Here we go. None. So green background per usual. And if we do a little bit of zooming out, that's zooming in, zooming out. This is the setup. You can see in the room. It's not actually on my chair. It's got its own stand here. I'll do a little show and tell. It's the green screen.
What I need is I need a camera to zoom in with. That's what I need.
Ta-da.
Oh, it's got a blue background too. Very cool. Stetson's gonna have to rewatch this just to figure out what I was saying this whole time.
So there we go.
Yeah, I was telling them you're gonna have to rewatch that part just to see what I was saying the whole time.
Yeah, I really am. I had no idea. I was off the cuff. I took a gamble.
No, but
we can change the background. You can see how that looks. And the reason I zoom in a little bit is so I can cover the entire screen with the green screen, and you get the background image. That is, I mean, you could use the default one. Look at this, guys. I'm in a whole new environment. This is my new, look at this, luxurious living room. I bought a grand piano. We got a fireplace. I don't know what that is. I spent $3,000 on couches. No, I'm kidding. I like my desk.
What I was saying was that what I need is a camera that can zoom in. That would solve my problem.
Or you move the camera closer to you.
I mean, I tried finagling like different.
Whoa, that is crazy.
But like nothing really like.
That's pretty good. Works. We get like a peek of the jank setup in the background.
I'll try. Hold on.
Now, Dennis. Now I have free reign of the microphone. Let's see what the audience is saying. Veronica, hello from Oakhurst. We got some Dennis maneuvering behind. Look, Dennis's face imposed. Look at that. Oh, looks like the Dennises are buds. Chaim is saying, wow, nice. Thank you, Chaim. We appreciate that. Yeah, Dennis is set up. It looks like, honestly, just a super dope poster. That's what it looks like. Alma, I see your question. I think we should get Dennis back here before we dive into that. Dennis was a previous T-Mobile customer. He's going to have a lot of great things to say. Love the digs. Thank you. And
it got cut under the chair. So
oh yeah, that's what happened to mine. I was like trying to sneak back in. It's tricky. I was saying, Dennis, it looks like just an epic, huge poster behind you. Like, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, on a side note, now you get to see the trash cardboard window blinds that I was...
Only in the after show. Okay. We do actually have topics to touch on. I said, I gave Alma a shout out. Quick question. I've got 4 lines on T-Mobile, currently paying $376. I have the one plan, but I'm getting tired of paying that much for little service. There was no question mark, but Dennis, what are your thoughts here?
My thoughts is that they're paying $376 because they're probably financing 4 phones and they probably have insurance.
Yeah. So Alma, quick suggestions to check out. See what your bill breakdown is. If you're financing devices, maybe you can pay those off so you no longer are paying monthly for them. Check to make sure you don't have any unwanted device insurance policies, because T-Mobile does include all taxes and fees with their plans. And if we go to T-Mobile's website, I think it's typically like what, 140, 180 for 4 lines?
4 lines, 1 plus would have you at 180.
180? Okay. So yeah, your bill should be around $180, including taxes and fees. That is kind of what Angel is saying here. So thank you for the help with that.
But to Makeo, yes, I am in my new home, which is legit. I'm using my Fios connection right now as we speak.
Dennis's upload got better, you guys.
Yeah, I actually I ran a speed test when I was not on doing anything with Stetson or anything, just to make sure. Unfortunately, the upload speeds are definitely better, but as I was talking about with Stetson, I'm not getting what's the word I'm looking for, Stetson? The results
optimal.
Yeah, or the results I was expecting from fiber, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm gonna share the screen real quick. I'm just gonna steal your mojo for a second just to show it off.
There's showing it off. I'm adding this to the stream right now.
So that was the speeds that I got when I ran the speed test with Fios. So I'm getting pretty close to my gig download, which is cool. But I'm not getting my upload, which is not great. And the ping is a little higher than I was expecting for fiber. Ironically enough, I have my own modem from Comcast installed because I was concerned that Fios wouldn't be able to install. And my ping times with Comcast are actually better, ironically enough.
I have another alternative. This isn't going to be great, but just bear with me for 1 second. Boom. If we zoom way the frick in. No, this is awful. But anyway, so yeah, congratulations to Dennis on his new home. We hope you do well getting settled in. We hope you get some legit blinds soon for your windows. That's going to be...
I have paper ones downstairs. I bought these paper blinds. It's literally like you peel the stickum and you just stick it to the thing and it comes down. It's made of paper.
God. Okay.
No, hold on. It's not as bad as you think. I'm gonna
it sounds like you're taping paper to the window. Like, that's not a blind.
Well, I did tape paper to the window on this window, but no, these are actual blinds. Like, I'm gonna share the link with you in Discord. That's because what I'm talking about. They're called Ready Shades.
All right. We're gonna dive into these Ready Shades, and then we're gonna dive into the topic for today's live stream. Okay, everybody.
Sorry, we got sidetracked.
Link is coming in. It was just too much fun. Too much fun at the beginning. That's why I love the after shows. We got to open this in a secondary window. So let's go in. Okay, these actually look a little bit legitimate. I am adding these to the stream right now.
Yeah, 6-pack is $35. They're cheap. They're easy to install.
This is what we're looking at. Okay.
And I'll get Dre's later.
Ready Shades. It's like Jedi, but it's red eye. Okay. You have red eyes because you haven't been able to close your blinds and haven't been able to sleep at night. This is product number 1617201. So keep that in mind. That's super important. Original. Wow. Dennis going OG. I respect that. Blackout pleated. Paper shades. 36 inches by 72 inches, 6-pack, black.
They're so Dennis, pretty effective.
You got a 6-pack.
Yeah, I didn't realize there was a 6-pack in there, but yeah, they're downstairs in my living room. I put one up as a test, and it works really well at blocking out the sun. And they're stupid easy that anybody can install them, which is great. And then I'm going to use that and then eventually get draped so it actually looks nice and probably look at a more permanent solution. But in the meantime, this will be nice instead of me doing the weird ghetto fixes that I've been doing with cardboard box cutouts and garbage bags. Oh yeah, I started using garbage bags for some of the windows because that was very effective.
Oh man. There's always tinfoil for your blinds.
I thought about that. I looked it up on Wikipedia. I actually thought about it, but no, it's fine. It's gonna be fine.
All right. Let's dive in here. First story of the day. This one was from Dennis. Well, actually, it was from Light Reading, so we'll give them the shout out. This is what we got. T-Mobile is taking down. They're taking down their own network, decommissioning it. Dennis, what does that mean? Ray is saying there's too many small cells. What is happening with T-Mobile right now?
Yeah, so basically, Neville is going to be decommissioning a lot of microcells that he claims to be redundant.
Dennis, I'm going to pause you right there. What is a microcell?
Sorry. Basically, small cells, microcells, they're the ones that you see that are typically on like a light pole. They're real small, maybe have a range of maybe like 1,000, 2,000 square feet. Typically, you see, like, if you want a good example, Verizon's been doing it a lot with millimeter wave sites, so they're small. But yeah, so basically, Neville Ray, the engineer for T-Mobile's network, is going to be decommissioning a lot of them, and I think it's a real shame, because one of T-Mobile's biggest problems has been a density issue. And I also think it's a real shame because it really shows that T-Mobile isn't seeing the importance of where small cells come in the network. I mean, they've said themselves they want to focus on their macro network, which is all well and good, but for 5G to be, living up to the promises of 5G, small cells are important.
Yeah. I think something that was the most interesting thing that I learned is when we were talking with Roger, and he was saying, in order to increase capacity on a network, you can do one of two things, right? You can literally deploy more spectrum, have wider channels, which is kind of what Verizon is doing with C-band. C-band, they bought a large chunk, 100 megahertz block. Or you can literally densify the network. And that means putting up more cell sites, because each cell site can hold a certain number of users. And the more you have, the more users will be split up among those cell sites and kind of decrease overall network capacity, or it will improve capacity and decrease congestion. So it is kind of a little bit of a head scratcher that T-Mobile is going out of their way to decommission so many. Like, if they were to just light those up, imagine what that could do to capacity.
Well, no, Stetson, they're already live. That's the thing.
What? They're taking them down?
Yeah. These are already live sites that they're decommissioning. So, like, the infrastructure is already there. They've clearly been serving somebody, and they're going to be taking them down.
Wow. Yeah, so it looks like Ray talked about decommissioning about 35,000 Sprint sites over the coming years, leaving only 12,000 or 13,000 Sprint sites that would bring into the T-Mobile fold for capacity and or coverage.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very different approach from what we're seeing from the other carriers. I mean, like Verizon.
Wait. Let's read this paragraph. I mean, Dennis, you want to take this one?
Yeah, you actually took the words out of my mouth. Verizon is deploying 14,000 small cells per year over the next few years.
Okay, so let's break this down for people who may not be following. T-Mobile is decommissioning 35,000 small cell sites that could help with coverage and capacity across the nation.
Correct.
Verizon, on the other hand, is going out of their way to build 14,000 small cells for the next few years, which would end up being close to 45,000, 42,000 cell sites to build up coverage, and eventually expects millimeter wave to carry 50% of urban traffic.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Verizon's doing it right. T-Mobile is being the fool, because they're going to, like, I can understand decommissioning certain redundant ones, but I doubt it's this many. And they're gonna like, once they get N41 deployed, right? Like the next logical step is to look at densifying through small cells, because there's just going to be areas where you can't put a macro site to provide coverage, and you need that coverage to fill in the gap, and you're going to need that capacity. It's a real head scratcher, and it's real frustrating. It's real frustrating that T-Mobile is they're drinking too deep into their own Kool-Aid if they think that this is a smart move.
Dennis, John Peterson is wondering, aren't small cells good for ultra wideband 5G?
They are the only way to pretty much do ultra wideband 5G.
Yeah, and that's exactly why we see Verizon actually deploying more of these small cell sites. And to address some of the other ones, so Dwight is asking, timeout, T-Mobile shutting down the actual network. The T-Mobile network itself is staying live. I want to clarify that. But T-Mobile, as Dennis has pointed out, is taking down basically cell sites or antennas that were helping to provide coverage and network capacity in certain areas.
Primarily capacity.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, Mark, I agree. T-Mobile's definitely going to regret this decision. It's quite foolish. The way they're doing this.
I mean, does it cost them to keep the cell sites up? Like, are they saving money? I am just very perplexed.
I mean, yeah, there's going to be operational costs and maintenance costs for having it up, sure. But the amount of money they're going to spend to actually send out people and to decom these sites and free up the pools and everything else that goes along with it is going to be far more than just keeping them operational would have been. Like, you got to remember, even if they clear all the stuff off there, they probably had some type of permitting agreement where they're still paying X, Y, and Z provider for the backhaul that was already in place to that cell site. You know what I mean? Or whatever it is. So, look, I don't know. I mean, I just think it's real short-sighted. I think T-Mobile's drinking too much into their Kool-Aid where they think mid-band's going to be the thing from God's green earth that's going to solve it all.
I mean, I guess like the logic here is like, okay, we have the network, we're already meeting capacity needs. If we decommission some of these smaller cells and replace them or just divert the traffic to mid-band 5G, which should still have pretty good capacity and fast speeds and coverage, we can save money by not having to operate as many cell sites, and we can focus on updating the existing ones we already have. I think John Peterson asks a pretty good question. I wonder about the state of those cell sites. Maybe their hardware is outdated. After all, they are likely inherited decaying infrastructure from Sprint.
So I just want to point out real quick, despite what people thought about Sprint, like I'm not saying Sprint had the most incredible network or anything like that, especially when it came to coverage, but where they did have coverage and where they did take the time to make those improvements, Sprint got really good results. And there's no better way of seeing that than looking at an N41 speed test. Go back on like a YouTube video or something like that from like someone like Carlos or anybody else like that and watch them run a speed test on N41 LT from Sprint and compare that with the results, the appalling results that we're seeing from T-Mobile's N41 performance. Like literally Sprint's N41 LT was faster in a lot of cases than T-Mobile's deployment on 5G N41, which I think that shows something quite telling.
Yikes. That's kind of a big yikes, I feel like, if you're doing that. But yeah, at the top of the article kind of states what Neville Ray was talking about. They have 70,000 plus small range on small cells, and they're in areas where clearly either T-Mobile or Sprint has a tower base that make the requirement for the small cell go away because of that macro strength and capacity. So they're betting on macro, and they're kind of leaning into that, decommissioning some of them. Yeah,
betting on macro would have worked in LTE. We're talking about 5G. T-Mobile's got the wrong mindset right now.
Why? Yeah, why do you think this is going to be different for 5G as opposed to LTE?
Because with LTE, the spectrum we were utilizing was low frequency and mid-band. So, 600 megahertz to 3 gigahertz, somewhere in that territory, right? And by the very nature of how that signal propagates, you could get away with just having macro cells primarily, with a few exceptions being like airports or something like that, right? With 5G, the whole point of 5G is to do a few things. One is to essentially have so much capacity that any number of devices can be connected, right? Two, and this is more important, is latency. latency is a big focus with 5G. With all the smart tech that's coming out, like latency is a big important thing. And you know what really messes with latency?
What?
When
Trees?
when you're connecting to a cell site that's like really far away, so that your signal quality isn't good. And also frequency matters. Higher frequencies are going to allow you to talk and communicate quicker, have a lower latency than like congested low band stuff. Like, I'll give you an example. Stetson, think about your Wi-Fi router. Okay.
Yeah.
When you're on like the 5 gigahertz connection with Wi-Fi, you're probably getting pretty good speeds. Your ping is probably pretty close to almost if you were hardwired in good conditions. Now connect to that 2.4 gigahertz band. That band and frequency is congested, like especially if you're living in an apartment complex. So it's going to be terrible. The speeds are going to be like a tenth of what you can get on the 5 gigahertz band. And there's going to be a lot of jitter and all kinds of other problems just because of how congested that limited amount of spectrum is. Right now, millimeter wave is all clean. There's nobody using it. It's got more capacity than anybody knows what to do with, and the latency times have the potential to be like literally fiber-like. So
yeah.
Anyway,
yeah. I don't know. Could they reuse these small cells? Like if they haven't built out millimeter wave in like airports or something, could they just utilize them there? Or are these?
I mean, if they're gonna go out of their way to do anything, I mean, they should basically replace them with stuff that's going to be on par with like what T-Mobile wants to do. Whatever millimeter wave T-Mobile has, they should be doing that.
Okay.
Like, so do that or rely on like a crown castle and have some LTE going on just to fill in the gaps. Like, T-Mobile, your LTE network, your fallback network isn't that stellar. It's not like AT&T. So there's clearly plenty of room for improvement to have these cells for various purposes. But I don't know. T-Mobile's going to do what T-Mobile's going to do. And, as much as I want them to succeed, they always find a way to cut corners. They think short-sighted and it's going to hurt them. It's going to show in the performance. Like if Verizon accomplishes what they're setting out to do, having 50% of their traffic go over millimeter wave sites, then Verizon is going to be the fastest 5G network, period.
I'm excited. I'm big excited. I think I'm like looking this. We should hang on. What if I did whoop? There we go. Now I can look at it looks like I'm looking at Dennis, but I'm actually looking at my monitor. Dennis, all right. This is really cool. I just saw this while I was having dinner today, and I think this ties really well into this talk about speed, right? So check this out. Ookla, let me add this to the stream. They announced open data sets. Okay, they did this a while ago, October 6, 2020. And the idea with open data sets is they're making Ookla Speedtest data available to help provide more accurate results and better understanding of internet access across the United States and across the globe. And today, they announced a partner with Mapbox, which is a software that makes custom maps, and you can actually import data. It's super powerful. And this is literally June 8th. So this was actually 2 days ago at this point. And what we have here is a map of the entire United States, and we can see mobile network performance in speeds around the world. And like, check out China. Like, look how rock solid those speeds are. That is amazing. United States, decent. Europe is pretty good. Canada's got some darker spots, but we can like really dive in here.
Yeah, it gets really detailed. I was gonna say I zoomed into Pittsburgh, Stetson. It's not looking great. There's a lot of white.
It is kind of surprising how like when you really zoom in at this level, how many squares of data just have no data at all.
Yeah, I mean, for the places that do have data, a lot of it's like somewhere hovering between like the lightish purple that's like 5 to 20 megabits per second, and like the slightly darker like violet like purple, which is somewhere between 20 and 50. Not a lot of like greater than 100 megabits per second.
Yeah, those are those darker. Whoa, this person got 2,000 megabits per second down, 157 up. That is crazy.
Wait, what? Oh, if you click on it, you
get the actual speeds. Yeah.
Oh.
2,000. This area is out. There must be a millimeter wave node right here.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that, Stetson. When I've been driving, I've been seeing a ton of AT&T millimeter wave pop up.
What? You've got AT&T millimeter wave?
Yeah, I've been seeing the small cells. I was actually driving to my doctor's appointment. I took a different route than I normally did, and when I was driving, they were literally like lined up about like every block. If it was it's not a block, it's not a city, but like just to give you like an idea of distance. And these were like in like not like urban areas either. Like this was like pretty like suburban going on rural, this road, which
I'm
really shocked me.
surprised. Yeah, like
it's
our AT&T, all executives are in a meeting. Where do we build this out? We've got millimeter wave. It's got limited range, huge capacity. I've got it. Rural areas, here we come.
well, maybe AT&T, AT&T's quiet. They don't really talk themselves up. Maybe they got something behind the scenes that they're planning for.
Yeah. This is really cool. And I've done so many. I'm surprised that this data isn't better, is what I'll say, because this is Ookla Speedtest. Like, this is what people are using left, right, and center, right? Like, this is the go-to speed test app, and you're telling me we've got like only this much data? Like, if I were to go on our friend Root Metrics' site, we would have way much more information. Let's go to coverage map. Let's zoom right back into Pittsburgh. Let's not zoom to my location. That's very risky when you open this sucker up. All right, this is AT&T, Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh's over yonder. Here it is. Here it is. Look at this. Look at this data. This is data. Look at that. I went too far, but like, dang, 5G. Let's see if I can do fastest speed found. Yeah, they're missing out on the speeds, I think. Actually, maybe I take it back. Like if we cycle, let's close this. If we cycle between these, they're actually, I feel like the way this is tiled, it has more information. But yeah, I would have expected more from Ookla.
Honestly, I remember that T-Mobile, when they did their map, they used to do like a verified thing, and I'm not sure if they used Ookla data or what T-Mobile was doing, but I would like to see it, and I'm usually against pre-installed stuff, but I would like to see carriers install like a thing that collects like data and information off everybody's phones so they could actually make an accurate coverage map.
Yeah. I mean, I love Root Metrics. They have their own coverage map, and I've been mapping, like I'm mapping Longmont. I think I'll try and do a video. Like I mapped all of Longmont's 5G.
Also, Stetson, real quick, I got to rewind because Chime just yelled at us for ignoring his super chat.
Boom, Chime. I'm so sorry we missed this.
He told me, or he's saying, Dennis, try with Ookla Windows app. You'll see a difference. I'm seeing it all the time. I've used Ookla Speedtest app on Windows or in browser, and I'll just say it doesn't really make a difference from what I could tell. But yeah. But circling back to this coverage map, this is a really good find. I think this is cool. Hopefully it gets populated with even more information as time goes on.
Yeah, I also wonder like how much data Ookla is kind of withholding. So this is this is mobile. We can also do fixed. Wow, look at that. Fixed broadband.
Ooh. Now this is very.
We'll go back to Pittsburgh for you, Dennis.
Yeah, this is way more.
This is up your alley, I feel like.
Yeah. A lot of places that got greater than 250 megabits per second, that's for sure. But there's actually, if you look, oh God, okay, there's a place called Burgettstown, okay, and I'll just say I have a buddy that lives in that town. God rip his soul. They have a provider out there called Blue Devil Cable. And the name is appropriate because they were terrible. It wasn't until very recently they started offering better speeds. And before that, he was relying on Verizon's DSL service, which was like 1 megabit per second. But yeah, they have a company called Blue Devil Cable out that way that basically has a monopoly. They're so small, they only service like 2 towns. And yeah, the speeds and the pricing out there is not great, which you can see in the data. And if you go like northwest of Pittsburgh, you'll see it. There's a very Pennsylvania, man, it gets rural pretty quick. You can see the speed results do not really
get nothing. It's like wait. You got a speed result here? This is literally in the middle of a mountain. And
Yeah.
it's 1.39 down, 1 up. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, you're getting into like it's so weird how Pennsylvania is, man. You either live somewhere where there's good internet, and by good internet I do mean Comcast. Like if you have Comcast in Pennsylvania, you're doing pretty okay. Like you're getting decent speeds, right? You're living somewhere that has like a cable provider, or you get nothing. And when I mean nothing, I mean like it's either like satellite internet, or maybe if you're lucky, like Verizon DSL or something.
Yeah, I am surprised at some of this data. Like, I live in Longmont. We have municipal fiber, and still most of the squares are like 185 down, 133 up. So,
I mean,
maybe people will just have like bad Wi-Fi routers.
Yeah, bad equipment. I mean, that could affect it too. Obviously, anything that has a higher upload than like 40 is someone that has fiber. Like I'm clicking on some of these things out in 7 fields, and they definitely have
2019. This is so cool. 2019 mobile. Longmont not covered at all.
Man, this person had a ping time of 4 milliseconds. That's what I want from my Fios. I would like low latency. Test 2. It says test 2 devices too. So it even tells you like how many tests there's been.
They've got to have more data than this. I just don't believe it.
Oh, this really is crazy. Definitely you know what's funny is whenever I look at these speed results, I can literally tell like what provider probably ran it. Like when I see 427 down and 41 up, I'm like, that's definitely Comcast. And when I see 306 down and 150 up, I'm like, that's definitely Fios. Yeah. And I go up into like Wexford, I'm like, that's definitely an Armstrong speed test. Like, I know too much about
fixed wireless. Yeah, I'll share the map. Check this out, you guys. I'm sorry I didn't mention this earlier. Hopefully all right. It's because we have a UTM tracking code. Let me delete the tracking code. And
what's a UTM tracking code?
It's at the end of a link, it'll be like a question mark and then a bunch of gibberish. And the gibberish indicates exactly where it came from. Like if you look at mine, it was an email campaign. So it says UTM_campaign equals email. And then CBlast, C sales, Ookla. So it just tells them like where I came from and provides analytics.
Can I just say real quick before we jump off of this? I clicked on Q1 2019 mobile results, and I'm actually seeing better results in some areas.
That's surprising. Like the plans just got worse.
Or the performance got worse, you mean?
Yeah. New York.
But great find. Definitely very, very interesting. I see a lot of comments. I feel like we should start addressing some comments.
Yeah, let's answer some comments right now. If you have a question, now's the time to throw it up in the chat.
Someone asked me if I could run a speed test live.
That might give your address or something, right?
I'm gonna just see really quickly. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen because my IP address would show, and I don't want that. Unless I can blur it somehow, but I don't know how to. I'm not that smart. So no, I will not run a speed test live. But just know that right now, as it stands, I have tested and tested and tested. It's definitely a Fios issue. They still have to bury the line anyway.
Awkward.
But it's fine. It's working, and that's what's important.
That's what counts. We're happy to have you here, Dennis, up and functional. We have, let's see, David Hall saying there's a Verizon C-band site that just went up 10 minutes from my house. It's happening. Holy smokes.
That's great.
That is super exciting.
Oh, I thought of something interesting. If you guys remember, I had terrible T-Mobile service at my apartment. How about for fun, I run a speed test for you guys for that? I know it's not my Fios connection, but it's something.
Better than nothing. Dennis, while you're doing that, we've got Aiden the Gamer tuning in. Is there something to be worried about? This is something not to be worried about. The main story, title of the show, the article we were discussing is coming at you from, where did I put it? Did I close it? Well, it's coming at you from Fierce Wireless, and basically T-Mobile is decommissioning some of their smaller cell sites that they feel are redundant. How likely is this to have an impact on your experience on T-Mobile? Honestly, not very, though it could impact your performance in the future with millimeter wave. Like T-Mobile just straight up may not have that many millimeter wave sites, and that's kind of what we're hypothesizing right now. Nothing to be worried about. Dennis and I were kind of scratching our heads. Like, I'd love to learn more. Like, why? What are they doing with the technology? How much money is it saving them? How much is it costing them to decommission versus just keep the sites up? How would the sites impact overall network capacity in those markets? And why, like, T-Mobile's taking down small cell sites while Verizon is literally laying more. So it's just been weird.
So what I will say, generally speaking, is my T-Mobile coverage is better at my house. I was typically getting 35 megabits per second. However, I think T-Mobile's got stage fright because
oh no,
it was very congested to the point that the speed test itself timed out. So I am airplane moding and trying to connect once again. I know I have band 66 and N71. All right,
no
this is a little bit better. Oh yeah, I put this right in front of me, didn't I?
That's so funny. The arrow is a green screen.
Yeah, let me just turn that off. We'll fix that there.
Doing the speed test.
27 down, which is pretty good, and like 6, almost 7 upload. I mean, hey, that is way more usable than what was at the apartment, which is definitely a plus. However, unfortunately for T-Mobile, it doesn't hold a candle still to AT&T.
Yeah.
I'm not joking when I say I get like literally 400 megabits per second. Speed.
Holy smokes, Dennis! Like, that's faster than the N41 I get from T-Mobile. Those are impressive.
I told you when I said this, and people think I'm making this up, but like, I'm excited for N41, but I almost wish it wasn't in T-Mobile's hands. Like, I would rather see it in like AT&T's hands.
Oh, just thinking about like how well optimized that would be, how much of a better job they would do.
Right? It's gonna be dude. Oh my god. Could you imagine if we went back in time and T-Mobile got bought by AT&T?
Be a wild world. I mean, it'd just be wild.
I mean, the plans would probably be like Canada, where we're like being ripped off, but could you imagine the coverage?
Outstanding. 8 in the Gamer, where I live, T-Mobile is usually 150 down, 50 plus up. Great speeds on T-Mobile. Great speeds. Yeah, Ryan is saying AT&T has zero problem with congestion. It costs more, but even MVNOs are usable on their network. Dennis, should we give the audience a sneak preview of the speed test results?
I think we should.
We always love doing sneak previews on the after show. So this is the upcoming video. Patreon supporters voted AT&T Ultimate Speed Test video. At least that's what I saw when I last checked. Let me double check that before I go making these outrageous claims. But this is the video where we're putting AT&T Unlimited Starter versus Extra versus Elite. We've got Los Mobile. I've got AT&T Prepaid. I think I calculated it out. I spent over $300 on cell phone plans. And I want to give a special shout out and thank you to the Patreon supporters for making this possible. I'm checking the poll right now. Yeah, AT&T Ultimate Speed Test. It won by a lot, 13 votes. The other plans options didn't even come close. So this is an exclusive sneak peek live at the results. Let's bring these on screen right now. Boom, here we go. The Google Sheet, the big behemoth, and we're going to zoom this way in so you can take a look. First, I did my apartment, and you can see speeds were garbage. Okay, this is where we're looking at right now. Garbage speeds. We got down, up, ping, and jitter. And I was getting 14.7, 4.2, 17.1, 5.9, 13.9, 1.0 on Pure Talk. Okay, super, super slow. And that was the gist of at home. That was individual baseline results. So then I went ahead, and what was surprising too is Elite, I think, was the fastest. No, Starter was the fastest. Check this out. Starter had 17 down compared to 14.7 down on Elite. Okay, already surprising. Again, those were run individually. Next, I did simultaneously, and this is where we can really start to see those tiers of priority eking out. We've got Elite, and then, well, I guess I almost take this back. Looking at the data now, like 6.4 down on Starter is faster than 5.7 on Extra, but that's also skewed because of this 11 megabit per second speed test. And Ookla, I will mention, Dennis, like one thing I've noticed is that as one speed test finishes, the other speed test will accelerate as congestion from the network is removed. And Ookla seems to measure the fastest recorded speed at the very last second. Is that correct?
Yeah, I feel like it just takes the peak.
Yeah, I think it's what it hits. And then I went to this. I went to a better location. Okay, Macintosh Lake. Check this out. Let's get the average. Average. Boom. Google auto suggestion. Oh, I love you, Google. Autofill. Yes. Google is a god. We're doing this live. Did not expect to be doing this, but this is what I do in my free time. All my time, actually. Pure Talk. All right. Pure Talk was a disaster. I don't know what happened. Dennis, I was telling you beforehand. Check this out. I got a ping of 867 and a jitter of 2,000 milliseconds. What? Something was going on. That's all I can say.
Oh man, what is the Macintosh Lake?
Macintosh Lake is a location in Longmont, and that's where I was to run these speed tests. I brought my whole desk setup out. Okay, I was like, we're bringing this out. Let me see if I can pull this photo up. I tweeted it out. If you're not following on Twitter, that's where I'm a tweeter. I love my Twitter. Check this out. I literally brought the surface of my desk out to this lake, brought my camera, and was just filming all 6 phones right there. And yeah, this is going to be an epic video. I am super, super excited for this to go live. A bunch of side-by-side editing and analysis to go into this. But yeah, I mean, if we take a look at these average speeds, this is where you can see the difference. Almost 150 down on Elite compared to 134 on Extra, 132 on Starter. And really, I think I'm going to have to dissect this in the video because, as I mentioned, these live results actually don't capture the true differences. Because what was going on is as the speed test would finish, like one speed test would finish a second, like just a little bit before the other one. And the remaining speed test would get that jump. And that's where you're getting these skewed results. But I do wanted to mention that the AT&T prepaid plan, let's view this. And we're going to freeze one column. There it is. We had Cricket in here too. All right. Simultaneous test, average. That's at home. Here we go. Wait, this is baseline. Wow. So pretty similar across the baseline. Pure Talk was super slow. And then average. Let's see what we got here. Average, autofill. This is the real juicy stuff. Maybe this is, yeah, look at this. We're seeing the differences already. 73 versus 41 versus 29. Oh, man. 42, that's prepaid, so about the same as Extra, exactly what we expected. And Pure Talk was doing its own thing. That's all I'll say for this. But yeah, Dennis, check this out. This is the meat and potatoes. Unlimited Elite, 74 down compared to 41 down on Extra and 29 down on Starter, okay? This is AT&T's deprioritization figured out, okay? 75 down compared to 41. That means, on average, Elite was getting, I want to say, not twice as fast, but like, if Elite was at 100%, Extra is probably at like 60 to 80% speeds. I mean, this one, it was half, 30 or 63 down compared to just 32 down. Look at that. 66, 35, 81, 48. So it's above half, but like, look at that. Look at those differences.
I mean, I'll just say this, like, thankfully AT&T doesn't have a lot of congestion to deal with, so pretty much all their stuff is usable.
Yeah, 100. All of these speeds are completely usable. It's just kind of funny, like Starter 29, Cricket 22. You can really just get a more tangible feel for these priority levels. And especially when you see Extra getting 41 down and 42 down on prepaid, like AT&T's prepaid plan, that's one of the best plans out on the AT&T network right now.
So, most definitely. And no one should be getting Starter.
Yep. No, please do not get Starter. Please. That is all I ask of you. That is all I ask. And Dennis, I'm going on a rampage here. I can't be held back. My friend, shout out to Austin Lutz. He tipped me off, circled in. Check this out. I think they now have AT&T plans, baby. So circled in. I did a review of them. Again, this is sign up at your own risk. Please do further research into this before committing. But AT&T plans appear to be available, and it looks like you can get Elite for $45 a month. Plus, we have the circled in membership fee, which is like $5. So $50 for Elite, $40 for Extra, and it looks like we're getting Starter for $30. But
can I just say, like, I'm glad circled in exists, but I would be real hesitant about doing. I've said this before, but like, if your goal is to get like a family plan discount, I'd be more comfortable with like, hey Stetson, you and me, buddy, let's go on a plan together. At least I know you type of deal.
Yeah,
versus like 10 random strangers.
I completely agree. I mean, I just haven't been able to find anyone. Like everyone I've talked to, like my flatmate's still on his parents' plan. Like many of my friends are still on a cell phone plan with their parents, and I just haven't found anyone to go all in on with this. So this is pretty cool.
I told you I would if it wasn't for the fact that I was on my dad's plan.
Yeah, see, that's exactly like, you know, even someone like you, Dennis, who's generous and like willing to do it. There's all these like weird caveats where it's just like, oh, I guess it's not going to work out. But yeah, if you're interested, you can check them out. I'm glad to see that. And I think because I like this would be for my business and for permanent testing purposes, I'm either going to try and get my plan listed or I'm going to try and get join one of these. And I'll probably do Extra for $40 and call it. But yeah, that's kind of the update on AT&T. I'm going to give full access to this document to all the Patreon supporters if you want to take a sneak peek before I'm even done editing the video at this point. And that was kind of the coverage and stuff. Dennis, I feel like I just haven't shut up for like the past 15 minutes. What's going on with you?
It's all good. I snuck away for a minute, but
I actually almost completely didn't even notice that.
I figured it was good timing. But Ryan, I was reading through the chat as you were talking, and Ryan asked a question.
Oh,
there it is. You found it. Thank you. I don't know what that's about. Do you know what's up with that?
I know exactly what's going on. I am in the DL with some great friends in the telecom space. Let me pull some stuff up here.
Yeah, inform me because I know nothing. So,
all right. So here we go. We are having. Let me add this to the stream. A local agency investigation underway at Qlink Wireless corporate office in Diana Beach. And what's happening is they're investigating Qlink Wireless, which is responsible for providing, I think they provide Lifeline. And they're checking to see if any fraud is going on with the Lifeline service. And yeah, this is just absolutely crazy. Let's see. Let's pull this one up. So Diana Beach wireless business raided by the feds. So it's pretty serious. Like they're taking this seriously. And we have a bunch of auto playing videos. Wow. Advertisements. So it is Qlink Wireless. That's what's going on. And it's supposed to be for customers part of the federal program. And yeah. The case has been going on for about 2 years. Let's see. I think. Oh, yeah. So the head of Qlink Wireless, this is such a weird story. He literally hit his groundskeeper with his car and killed him. Like, how crazy is that?
Sounds like something out of The Sopranos.
Yeah, absolutely wild. And it was over like $20. Okay. Like this guy did lawn work and wanted to be paid for it, as one does when one does lawn work for someone else. Yeah. So anyway, there's an investigation going underway. It's related to Qlink Wireless and the Lifeline service that they're offering. This is affecting Qlink and their MVNO Hello Mobile, I believe. And let's see. I wonder if Hello is down right now or if it's still up. It could be still up, but that's what's going on.
Well, definitely wouldn't recommend getting Hello Mobile then.
Yeah, I'd tap the brakes on that project for a little bit.
And if you are with Hello Mobile, I would recommend looking at a different provider. Possibly, who does Hello run off of? T-Mobile?
T-Mobile. They said if you ask them, they would say they run off of Hello Mobile towers, which just made me guffaw with laughter. Like, that is ridiculous. But then it was Sprint, and now it's T-Mobile. So
if you have Hello Mobile, maybe look at Mint. Support a company that's
holy smokes,
not sketchy.
Michael Hauser is saying that Hello Mobile shut off, or Qlink Wireless. No, Hello Mobile is owned by Qlink Wireless. They also shut off service to Hello Mobile customers. Hello Mobile Facebook page.
Dang,
this is some drama right now.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting this, but Ryan, thank you for the spicy tip, man. This is interesting and also horrifying.
Not really sure what to be looking for here. So I'll add this.
Saying that consumers haven't been able to port out their numbers either.
Yeah, let's
oh
say,
my god,
when was this post? April 4th. So okay. TK is saying this company doesn't give refunds. They will even charge you for another month's service after you call them and tell them you never received SIM cards you paid $40 for. Wow. I don't know where, like, are there reviews or something that I could find about more community? Let's see what the community is saying.
That's from 2015.
Okay, doesn't look like the Hello Mobile page. Oh, this is .au. That's the problem.
You got that Australia going on there.
Jeez, that's my bad, everybody. I thought I knew how to use Google. I clearly do not know how to use Google, so let's try and get this sorted out.
On a side note, Ryan's telling us we should look at the no contract subreddit. Ryan, if you find a link that you can link to us specifically, it would be really helpful because it's definitely not easy to search through Reddit.
There's so many Hello Mobile Facebook pages. This is insane.
There really, really is. I think moral of the story here is, folks, don't get Hello Mobile, and don't do any company that relates to this Qlink thing going on. If you are on the Life Alert program or whatever that was that they were doing, I would just look for a very low cost, affordable option that doesn't deal with them at all. Maybe Mint or anything that isn't this company, because they are screaming sketchy. Can the government please rate 18? Honestly, I mean, I know I complained about AT&T, but like, I don't have to call them that often, unless I'm.
It's like a tricky situation. Like, what they do offer typically works reasonably well, at least from my experience. But it's just like they could be doing so much better.
I mean, dude, I'll just tell you one thing, man. My utility company, my water company specifically for my new house, is terrible. It makes AT&T look like they're very intelligent with their everything. Like, my water company doesn't even have the ability to like pay stuff online.
All right, I'm just trying to. Here we go. Geez, it looks like, Dennis, the whole site went down. So Wolverine, we're touching on a story right now where Qlink Wireless, which is based out of Diana Beach, Florida. I hope I'm saying that right. And they're getting raided by the feds, okay? And it's on not providing the promised speeds, and they're not getting the service that's on par with what it's supposed to be. Qlink Wireless is a provider of the Lifeline services, and there's also a charge against the head, Issa Assad, for like fatally wounding his groundskeeper with his car over a dispute about money. Like, absolutely wild stuff. I was just checking Reddit, and it looks like they're investigating Qlink Wireless, which owns Hello Mobile. and they're not investigating Quadrant Holdings, which is the parent umbrella company of both. Interesting. And it may be an explanation why the site was down. So it looks like the website was down at some point today. I'm on the site right now. This is actually the support. So let's go to the main site. His work. Yeah, so it looks like it's back, but that could have explained what was going on. So, yeah.
On a side note, Stetson, check your Discord.
All right, I'm checking my Discord. Discord in the check. And we got a link.
Yeah.
Boom.
So, on the topic of government programs gone awry, I sent you a link to an Ars Technica talking about the emergency broadband fund that we kind of talked about a few weeks ago.
Oh my God. No.
Yeah.
No. God, no. No, I'm out. I can't do this anymore. Kidding.
So apparently getting the subsidy has been fun for a lot of people. I've been meaning to bring this up to you because I follow different subreddits, but like a lot of people haven't been able to get, like they're just they're getting shared projected for a bazillion different reasons. You know, we had to talk about Fios trying to like upsell people because they didn't have the right plan to get it. You know, there was stuff on like Comcast, like Xfinity support form, whatever they call it, where people couldn't get it because they couldn't get verified or whatever. And now we got this with the actual national verifier that the FCC runs, basically saying rejected because street isn't same as like you have to spell out street or abbreviate street to make it like super precise. Like, oof, this is just an intriguing little thing.
Even the smallest differences in how people enter their data into the different systems can trip them up. For example, writing Elm Street in one and Elm Street in the other. Wow. USAC announced that on June 15th, it will release a new search tool with assist service providers in determining a customer's application status and other information in the national verifier. So,
dude, by the time they get this all fixed, the money's gonna be gone. Like, isn't this like a limited pool of money that was like put aside? Like, use it or lose it type of deal.
I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, this is not looking great, and continues to illustrate how archaic some of these systems are. Wonder if we can get John Brodkin on the show. I feel like he'd be a fun guest.
Dude, real talk, that would be an actual ingenious idea. We'll have to clip this for ourselves to remind us to reach out to him. But yeah, I think it would be good talking about that and other government related programs. He'd be probably really informed to talk to about that.
Yeah, this is, I mean, am I surprised? No. Am I disappointed? Yes. Like, we've been doing the internet for a while, people. We should be able to get street matching logic so that people can get the discounts they deserve.
I mean, I'm pretty surprised. I mean, when the government wants to crack down on someone that's a criminal, boy, oh boy, they have ways of easily like tracking you. But when it comes to doing a simple application,
nope. Nope, not possible. Yeah.
So let's see here. What else do you guys want to hear us talk about? Do you guys want to hear us talk about new house talk? Do you want to hear about Stetson? We already talked about your vacation already.
Yeah. I want to say vacation was awesome.
Yeah. You guys want to hear anything in particular? I mean, Ryan, you came up with a really great talk that was fun to talk about. Does anybody else have anything they want us to talk about here tonight? Let's give it a minute because they're a bit delayed. But Stetson, I don't know what to talk about now.
We have exhausted our topics.
We have.
Wait, sorry.
Oh, John asks a good question.
No pets. I'm pet free.
Yeah, I also don't have any pets. They don't play nicely with electronics, and I have allergies, so it's a double dastardly duo of no for me.
Yeah, hang on. I just
what's TracFone and its utility? What?
Yeah, I don't know. All right, so I don't know, Ryan. I'm unsure what you mean about TracFone and its utility. I have their plans on the site, and I honestly don't feel like they're too good.
I also agree with the sentiment that
I,
TracFone plans
they
are not.
have brand recognition, but I don't feel their plans are very good. So I haven't reviewed them or done anything with them.
Steven said, did we hear about Text now adding GSM support again?
Yep, I have heard about that. That is really exciting. There'll be a free plan on the GSM network, and they'll offer like upgrades if you want to pay for out ads and stuff. I'm hoping to do a review of them soon, maybe July. Like honestly, my schedule is basically I signed up for Cricket, Pure Talk, AT&T prepaid, starter, extra, elite, like all these AT&T plans. I need to review them ASAP. Okay, otherwise these plans are going to renew. And it's going to be expensive, and I don't want that. I want to provide the helpful information that I can and cancel. And yeah, that's the move there. So that's why we're putting everything else in the back burner and prioritizing plan reviews. After this AT&T speed test video goes up, hopefully this weekend, that's when Patreon supporters are going to have the option to vote on what review video they want to see next. And we'll go from there. But yeah, I want to touch on the TracFone plans. I mean, these just aren't good is the bottom line. Like, it's not good. $15 for 500 megabytes. I can get 5 gigs on US Mobile. Okay. $20 for a gig. I can get, I think it's like 12 gigs on US Mobile. And then $25 for 2 gigs. You're looking at 18 gigs on US Mobile.
Or 22 gigs on Ting.
Or 22 gigs on Ting. That's exactly right. And Stetson.ting.com to get that $25 discount off your service. And then $30 for 3 gigs. You can get 10 times the data amount with US Mobile. So that's why I haven't touched on them. I hope you can understand. But yeah,
and for the comment that was relating to time, like I know they sell like plans that like last like 6 months, 9 months, etc. But if that's your jam, that's where a Mint Mobile comes in strong. You know?
Yeah. I just don't think it's good. And yeah, 666 megabytes is
First off, that's really creepy. If
no, it's like I don't know, 1.5 gigs or like 2 gigs over 3 months. Like it's some weird breakdown.
No, I meant 666.
Yeah.
Satan.
Yeah,
Satan.
yeah.
That's what I meant by creepy. Like
Okay.
that works out that way. You didn't catch that? No.
I mean, yeah, I know, but like I'm saying it's because it's a multi-month plan, and that's why. Let's see. I put it in the title. Yeah, 53 months. So it's a $50 plan that's for 3 months of service, and you're getting per month 666 megabytes, or I think it's 2 gigs. I don't know. Like it's just not. I don't feel like it's a good value.
No, it's not.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what's up. Also, Hello Mobile. Last thing. So Hello Mobile has a plan. It's actually 15 gigs. That's their unlimited plan. And then Hello Mobile is hella shady from what I've heard, not to mention the recent raid on HQ. I'm looking to save money too. Thanks in advance. Don't join and run away. If you're looking for a better reliable option, check out US Mobile. Full thumbs up for that. Hitmaster money. Don't know how long Hello Mobile will survive. This is Hello Mobile. Anyway, I thought that was funny.
Stetson, I did think of something I wanted to talk about. And it was because of a comment about the Titan Pocket, which is not the phone. I don't think it's the phone I was thinking about. Or maybe it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, so Stetson, are you familiar with the Titan Pocket?
I am not familiar with the Titan Pocket, but I can become familiar.
So Google search it real quick. It's on Kickstart. Basically, it's like a BlackBerry clone.
Holy smokes, ladies and gentlemen. We're pulling this up right now. Check this out. Oh, I just full screen Dennis. It is the smallest QWERTY Android 11 smartphone. Wow.
Yeah, Michael Fisher, the dude we reached out to.
Did he do a video on this?
Yeah, he did a video on it. And that is why that name, when that person mentioned it in the audience, it made me think of his video. And I'm going to show you the video just so you can skip and like show better images of it. But basically, I wanted your thoughts. Like, I wanted to talk to you about like old school phones kind of like this. Like, Stetson, I know you're kind of a little bit younger than me, so maybe you didn't really have an experience, but did you have like an old school, like slidey out keyboard phone back in the day?
Yeah, Dennis, my first phone was the I'll never forget this, Samsung SGH T369. Okay, so look at this. Look at this. Images. Oh, yeah. That's it. Right there. My baby. Look at that QWERTY keyboard. Look at those small, tiny keys that look like bananas. Look at that. Gorgeous. A horrible design. Absolutely
Definitely.
abysmal. This was garbage.
And it had that little plastic screen that wasn't even multi-touch at the day.
Oh, you couldn't touch anything on this thing. I mean, yeah. Oh, no, forget that. Disaster. Anyway, that's what I came rocking with that. I was pretty good at the keyboard though. So
but yeah, no. I like, I know it's ironic, but I like keyboard phones. Like, I actually hate typing on a touchscreen. And if BlackBerry were to come out and make like I know BlackBerry's made new phones, but like if someone was to make an actual good phone like what they're doing here with Kickstart, I'd have a mild amount of interest in it. Like, I don't know if it would be like my daily driver per se, but like as like my work phone. Like,
look how small that screen is.
Yeah, but this would be a good work phone.
I honestly, this isn't for me. It's not for me.
Listen, I'm not talking about like using Google Maps every day type of stuff, but I'm saying like, you know how we text people, right? Like, you text people for your job, right?
Yeah.
Like, this would be a good work phone for like checking emails, texting people for your job. I mean, it's a touchscreen, you know?
Yeah. I don't want to touch that screen. Too small.
I think it's like what, 3.5, 4 inches?
It is 3.1. 3.1. It's so tiny.
I mean, that's basically the size of an iPhone like 3GS screen back in the day.
I guess, but it's square. I don't know. This isn't for me. I feel like everything I do on my phone that makes it great, this would not do that. So I mean, I would much rather have like a vertical sliding phone where the keyboard's like underneath. You get that full screen, right? So imagine this full thing was screen, and then you could slide it up to reveal a QWERTY keyboard. I think that would be the bomb diggity.
Dude, that would be pretty legit. Like,
I think there was a phone that did that too.
I don't know why Samsung doesn't do that. Like basically like a DS style, like
yeah,
phone. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I mean, I'm not saying I want to go back in time, but I do miss keyboards. Like, I'm surprised there's not someone out there making like a really intelligent accessory, maybe even for like a smartphone, to get you that keyboard functionality on a pinch.
I respect that. I'm totally okay without it. I like the touchscreen keyboard. I feel like I can type faster because it requires less effort to hit the keys, so it's easier for my thumbs to dance around.
Like I said, man, I'm not saying it would be like my daily driver for like personal use, but I think it has its place in like a business-esque world, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't tell you the amount of mistakes I make when it comes to typing on a touchscreen, but that's just me.
You just need a good voice assistant, good voice to type. Dennis, did you hear this? The iPhone 6S, released in fall 2015, is still getting software support from Apple. It's getting the latest and newest iOS 15 release coming out this fall in 2021.
I did hear about that, and I was blown away by that fact. I think the industry could learn a lot, and I can't believe these words are coming out of my mouth. I think the industry could learn a lot from Apple when it comes to supporting their devices when it comes to software.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, it makes sense if you think about it. Like, Apple's main revenue driver is their iPhone sales, but they've been trying really hard to grow basically services revenue, like things like iCloud, things like Apple Music and stuff like this, right? So it makes sense that they want to get people to use their iPhones for as long as possible, because if they're in that walled garden, it means they're going to use more. They're more likely to be using more Apple products, whether it be iCloud for backing up their photos, Apple Music for listening to stuff, and so forth.
I have given Apple so much money, and it's crazy.
I don't like being in that walled garden, though.
I like it. I mean, all the flowers are beautiful. It's
I mean,
beautiful here.
As Jesse said, Apple sort of sets things in stones. You either like it or you don't.
Yeah, it's definitely true. It's not for everyone. I also love Android, and I am debatably more excited for Pixel 6 this year than I am for the new iPhone. I mean, the new iPhone, it's because it's just so stale. Like, we need 120 hertz already, and we also need like the new 5G modem.
Actually, I'm going to say something that's going to shock you.
What?
I don't know if we need 120 hertz.
90 hertz. That's my happy medium.
I mean, like I'm saying, I don't even know if I need the higher refresh rate. Like,
whoa.
Like I like just hot point, like hot topic. But my iPhone is so responsive that it feels like it's 120 hertz already.
I think. I mean, have you used an iPad?
No.
All right, so this is an Apple product, and it's at 120 hertz, and it's iOS. Dennis, this thing flies.
But I've used the Galaxy S20 and 120 hertz.
Does not fly.
And I know what that feels. I know what 120 hertz feels like on Android, and I like it.
Yeah.
And I've also used my iPhone next to it, and the amount of difference that I notice, it might just be an iOS optimization thing, but like it feels almost the same. Like,
yeah, it's totally iOS. I mean, Samsung, I think part of it is not only the refresh rate of the screen, but also the speed at which the animations play. Like, I feel that OnePlus's 90 hertz refresh rate display looks and feels faster than Samsung's 120 hertz display, just because of how OnePlus handles their animations. So I don't know. That's my hot take. I think 90 hertz is the best middle ground. A little bit easier on the battery, but still noticeably smoother than 60 hertz.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all about, I mean, it's funny that I'm saying I'm a gamer. I appreciate high refresh rate. I have a 240 hertz.
That's what I want. I want Apple to make a monitor that is like 90 to 120 hertz. But I think it'd be so nice.
I don't know. Like, when it comes to my phone, like, there's no high refresh rate video content out there, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the time that it's most notable for me when it comes to the high refresh rate is when scrolling, so you get less of a jello-y effect.
Yep.
And to a more minor degree typing. But I have to look for it. Like, I actually have to look for it. And I don't know if that's just my eyes getting old and bad on me or something, but like, it's not as apparent as if I was like playing like a high refresh rate game or something where I could actually feel the input lag. So I don't know. I mean, basically what I'm kind of getting at is like my iPhone, the battery on that thing like lasts like 2 days, whereas with this S20, I feel like I'm charging it every like 3 hours.
Yeah, but also, have you used the S20 more than the iPhone? Like, how do the battery health levels compare? I don't know. Just throwing it out there.
I mean, the iPhone is newer.
Okay.
That's a fair point. And although I do use the S20 more on a regular basis, if I was to have like a day where like I wasn't doing either on either phone, like literally or just like chilling in standby mode, the iPhone might lose like 3% battery while it was on standby, whereas the S20 will have lost like 20%.
It just tanks. It's just like, nope, we're using all of it. Yeah. I had a question. So Ryan's saying we should start doing our podcast at 60 frames per second, and Skychunk was saying 1080p. My question to you all: what frame rate do you prefer to watch your YouTube videos in? If it's available, do you like 60 frames per second, or do you prefer 30 frames per second or 24 frames per second?
For YouTube content, I definitely prefer 60 FPS. The only time I prefer less than 60 FPS is if it's like a movie.
Okay.
And I know it's weird, but I do prefer slower FPS when it's like an actual movie.
Yeah. I mean, I'm personally a 24 kind of person. But wow, so Ryan's full 60. Totally respect that, Ryan. We've got Toronto Plane Spotting. Welcome back, Toronto Plane Spotting. Love that username. Very unique. 60. Polar, also 1080p 60. Jay's Animations 1080p 60. 60 frames per second. Oh my goodness, 60 frames per second. Wow, I am so surprised, you guys.
I need to just scroll up real quick and respond to Joel's comment. He said that we should do a video where we use a flip phone for months instead of smartphone thoughts.
I don't want to do it. Oh God,
My
please.
answer to that is I would literally lose my job. Like
what, Dennis, you can't text with T9, the T9 dial pad?
No, it's not a texting thing. I have my Google Authenticator app and my Microsoft Authenticator app for two-factor authentication. I literally need a smartphone for getting into my accounts to make this content that we make, but also for my job. So not gonna happen ever. That's just masochism using a flip phone.
Jeez.
Yeah,
I don't think I could do it. I did for a while. Something happened. My phone broke and I went to a flip phone. I got pretty quick at T9 dialing.
I literally could not use a flip phone. I use my phone for Google Maps because I don't know how to get places. I'm not the best driver in the world, so having Google Maps is great. And honestly, my smartphone, I would say my smartphone is more important than my credit cards. Like, you could steal my wallet and I would be okay as long as I still have my smartphone because my payment methods are on my phone too.
Yeah. I had a problem though, because if someone has your credit cards, then I had to cancel them, and then I can't use the mobile payments because literally they shut off all the cards and I have to get a new card to re-add it.
I mean, with Discover, I don't even have to call. I can just pause the card in the app.
Yeah. Gordo, I like this idea. Daily drive a 3-year-old phone for a video, 100%. 100%. 3-year-old phones, that's what? iPhone 10, iPhone 8?
Now that I can
Boom.
do.
That we can do.
Yeah. For me, I would want to daily drive the Galaxy S9 Plus because I have that phone in a box and it's still a good phone and it was great. And if not the Galaxy S9 Plus, then what would that be? You said iPhone 10?
Yeah.
I would trade in the iPhone 10 for an iPhone 8 Plus.
Dude, that sounds great to me.
Same year, but I didn't like the 10's design.
Yep, you got that 1080 full 1080p on the 8 Plus, and that nice.
And you had Touch ID again.
Yeah. Oh man, I want that back.
That's why I would choose the 8 Plus for Touch ID over Face ID.
Works great. Yeah,
which I got used to Face ID. Like, honestly, I was really anti Face ID. But now that I have the 12 Pro, I got used to it. I'm still really upset that Apple hasn't fixed the whole rotation thing. Like, this thing is very particular.
You got to be vertical. The iPad is awesome, Dennis. You can look at this thing sideways and it literally will unlock.
Yeah, that makes me mad that Apple hasn't improved this enough, which makes me a little bit upset. I will also just say, Jesus, there is so many Wi-Fi signals around in my apartment, and part of it's my fault. I have a Ubiquiti.
Do you have like 4 of them? Like 4 of them are Dennis?
No, it's not that bad. Only 2 of them right now are Dennis's. One is the Fios gateway that they provided because I haven't set up my Dream Machine Pro yet, and then the other one is a Ubiquiti access point that's power over Ethernet. But yeah, I just realized there's so many like there's like a lot of like free TVs and smart speakers and other things that are like. Yeah. Honestly, if I was a nefarious actor, I could pretty easily probably. Yeah. But anyway, sorry, I got off topic.
Yeah, I think so. Very fascinating to hear that you all enjoy 60 frames per second content. Maybe I'll start uploading 60 frames per second. And Dennis, I just realized like easy upgrade for the live stream is I can upgrade to our a higher tier StreamYard plan, and we can start broadcasting in 1080p quality. That's been the whole bet.
But we said that it wasn't worth because you got that special deal right now, right?
I got the special deal, but I mean, if we're Patreon supporters and they're supporting us for this show, I feel like we should take the show up a notch.
1080p. All right.
1080p it.
Hey, I'm down, and maybe also investing in a webcam that zooms.
I mean, I'm using a very expensive camera, so I don't really expect that.
I don't need a very expensive camera, but
Dennis, you need 2 green screens.
I need to find the one that you have and do that because this thing gets stuck under the wheels. I was not expecting this as an outcome.
Yeah, is it like the little legs that protrude out?
No, the actual green screen material gets like stuck in the wheels because it's hanging on like the floor. Yeah.
Yeah, to like scooch it back.
Yeah, I mean, 2 green screens could work. Get the one that you have cooking, and then I guess I could do that. Maybe I just need to maybe I just need to have like a fourth room, just a fourth room. paint the whole wall just green.
Everything is green.
Just everything green.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
man.
I think that's it for the show. I got tired and been drinking all of this water, and I need a break.
Oh, dude. Oh,
So,
sorry. Okay, I just want to say one thing on the topic of water. Remember I told you I got a smart fridge?
Yeah.
So it makes craft ice.
What?
So, yes, there's like 2 ice makers. There's the one that's built into the fridge, which has like the water purifier, which is great. The water at my new place tastes delicious. Definitely does not have lead, which is nice.
That's a plus. I enjoy that.
I make that. I say that mildly as a joke, but it actually turns out my apartment. Anyway. Anyway. Apartment I was at had water problems, but new place, water is delicious and it's filtered and tasty. But the second thing I was gonna say was there's a freezer in the bottom. It makes like ice balls. So if you want to have like a nice glass of whiskey on the rocks, you get like one of those fancy ones like you see in like Mad Men.
Wow.
Yeah, super legit. And there's a nice app. It's paired with my phone, so I can set the temperature of the freezer.
Oh my god, it's almost too much.
I have it at -4 degrees Fahrenheit because that is the ideal temperature to make the ice maker work its bestest. And then it's super legit. I haven't used my smart washer or dryer yet. I've been using the washer and dryer at the apartment still, which I did that per dad, but I don't know why we're doing it at the old place, but we are. But but yeah, I'll let you go to bed. I know you're hungry. I'll let you go to bed. Always, and I'll go watch TV.
Oh man, what a great day though. Yeah, stay tuned for the AT&T video. Get subscribed to see that. Intro is done. Editing, crunching some numbers. Patreon supporters are getting the spreadsheet with all the early results. I want to thank you all for watching. Dennis, someone actually did have a pretty good common sense suggestion here. Get a pair of scissors and trim the green screen. Or you can loop more of it at the top so it hangs down less.
That's a big brain
moves.
Big brain thought. Also,
high fives all around.
I have one last thing to say. For Tyreek and other people, at the beginning of the show, we talked about the T-Mobile decommissioning millimeter wave sites.
Yeah, it's small cell sites. They're commissioning parts of their network that is using those cell sites. So let's see. This is the article. I'll put the article in the chat so you can take a look. I mean, we obviously have to do something sensational in the title because that's how you get clicks on YouTube. But I hope it wasn't too sensational. I mean, they are actually taking down cell sites. That's the article. You can take a quick peek here. T-Mobile has too many small cells, Ray says, and what they're doing is they're retiring 35,000 Sprint sites over the coming years, leaving just 12,000 or 13,000 sites. Contrast to Verizon, who is building 14,000 small cells in the coming years. So that's what's going on. T-Mobile's network, to clarify, is still on, will be still operational. They are choosing to remove cell sites in overlapping coverage areas. However, Dennis and I personally feel kind of a questionable move because they could use those cell sites to increase capacity in those markets. So that's what's up.
But cool guys. I thank everybody for coming out. Always fun to talk to you all. Please, if you're not doing so already, make sure you become a member of the Patreon so you can enjoy the extra content. That way you can hang out with us when we do our Patreon exclusive live streams, as well as to get access to that incredible spreadsheet that Stetson whipped up doing his AT&T speed testing. And I look forward to seeing you guys sometime soon. I know some of you out there were still looking for the finale of the worst cell phone plans.
Oh yeah, we gotta get that scheduled.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely schedule that. So keep an eye out on the Patreon and the Twitter. We'll confirm that for you. But I just wanted to also mention that because it's not something we forgot about. Definitely in the works. But you guys enjoy the rest of your night, and we will talk soon.
Peace.
Peace.